What is going on, everybody? We're here. We're live, fresh off our morning routines. It's Ryan and Jay in the morning on a Tuesday. What's up, Jay?
What do you dunk your face in the morning? Like, what's your normal like face dunk routine? Did you just go straight with ice and water, or I'm more of a I dunk my face in coffee. That's my morning routine.
I should film my morning routine. Start at the same as 3:52 in the morning and just show me fucking sleeping in bed. Show 6:30 a.m. when my first alarm goes off and me like, fuck, go back to sleep. I should film my morning routine, maybe. Apparently, it can lead to a lot of impressions on Twitter.
I'm saying, I saw somebody say that they pour wine in a bowl and dunk their face in like red wine. That's supposed to like charge up the sensors in your face so you don't get wrinkles. That's a lot of money to spend on red wine every morning to put your face in it. Why not just drink it? I don't understand. Like, wouldn't that be more effective?
Well, I didn't know that it was so useful to wipe banana peels on your face. I don't know if that's like a thing everybody knows about. Apparently, that's a thing. I've just been throwing them away. I didn't know they were so useful. But I don't know. That's just me. You should do a morning routine too, Jay. Maybe skip the shower wipe fiasco part.
Yeah, that's all changed. My life has changed since that moment, so it's all different now.
Sometimes tweets just go absolutely nuclear, and
Shout out dude wipes.
They go beyond like the zeitgeist, everything, right? It becomes everything. Disney Parks tweets about it. Assassin's Creed Shadows tweets about it. Everyone's tweeting about this one dude's morning routine. And I don't know if I've ever seen a tweet have quite this many impressions, but here we are. The morning routine. First of all,
yeah, what's that thing on his face? What is the tape?
Okay, so I've seen this become a thing where you do have people that are taping their mouths at night to force them to breathe through their nose. To be honest, I don't really know what the benefits are. I'm not quite sure. But this tweet has 723.8 million views.
Jeez, man. I've never seen a tweet that big. Holy crap, man.
There's a lot of people talking about this.
Who tweeted that? It wasn't even that guy. This is a different
tips for men. Fashion essentials. So I don't know if maybe they have a couple like partnerships with people. Let me look real quick. Antonio's clothing.
In my drool. If I did that when I went to sleep because I drool, I would drown all over. I'd be dead. So
yeah, I don't know, but
he gets up at 3:52 a.m.
3:52 in the morning, and look, I'm gonna be real. We're about to watch this. This man spent about 6 hours not doing shit. Just for the record. But yeah, the morning routine. Let's see how. Where's the overlap here?
What is that water he's drinking? What are we doing here?
That's Saratoga. I have had that. It's actually pretty good water, but yeah, that's Saratoga.
In a glass bottle. You're drinking water. Okay.
To be honest, it's like a fucking plastic bottle, but it looks nice.
Okay.
He has to sip and slurp his fucking water like a loser for some reason. All right, that's 8 minutes right there. Went from 3:52 to 4.
4 a.m.
4 a.m. 4 a.m. Got to get your workout in over the city. How did it take him a minute just to fucking walk out the door? he must have opened the door and just admired the view for 60 seconds before walking out.
Push-ups for 17 minutes.
What is this? 17-minute gap. Maybe he took a massive shit.
He's gonna read a book on a desk that has no clutter. Writing. I'm sorry.
I don't even think he gets. This is meditation, maybe, or praying. Yo, that's a different book. He didn't even read this book.
He pulled a LeBron James.
That's a book he didn't read. Maybe it's something. Maybe it's like a meditation prayer book or something. I'm not sure. But now he's going to write his thoughts down, Jay, on the first page of this brand new journal.
So we're going to be serious about the Lord's business.
Oh, he's watching a sermon. All right.
Watching the sermon for 30 minutes, then brings that book back. Still didn't read it. Then he gets some ice and uses the rest of his Saratoga still for face dunking.
Yeah, what is this thing? Is this a new fad, or am I just completely out of the loop of like morning face baths or face dunks? I don't know. Like I don't know what the benefit of that is. Is it just I don't know.
Wake you up, do something for your pores. I really don't know. I can't say I've ever done any ice face dunks as part of my morning routine, but I also want to clarify he's been up for 2 hours now.
Okay.
Like we started at what, 3:50, 3:51,
yeah, 3:50.
2 hours before his morning face dunk. Got to get those calf compression sleeves.
Got the chain on though. He's part of the chain gang.
Bro, this guy's way too fucking organized. That's the irritating part about all this shit for me is how organized all the. Look at his fucking. He doesn't even keep them in the bag. You keep them in the bag. I keep them in the bag like a normal person, and then I like throw them in the back of the drawer, and then I like all my floss picks. And then I scrounge around for the bag a little bit, then get the bag and get one out. But he's got him in a nice little organized group there. Now it's time to work out, Jay, with our fucking chest packs. He's now 7:31. We've been up almost 4 hours.
Ten-minute pool time.
That dude, like this has been a huge meme that's around right now, especially with this massive splash.
Wait, it went from 7:36 to 7:40 in the air.
It did.
What the freak? Is he defying gravity? Who is this man?
He paused right there and had a meditation.
How the freak is he floating for minutes in the air? Now he's in the hot tub while
little
the guy's
sauna with this fucking worker behind him. 8 a.m. baby. We've been up over 4 hours.
Yours.
Shower time.
With a chain on and a watch. And there's the banana. What the freak is that?
That's the thing. So he eats a banana, which I like bananas. But I ain't never done this before. Maybe it's good for your skin. I don't know.
More ice done, bro. I'm still not awake. What the?
Oh my God!
What is the purpose of like wasting all that Saratoga water?
So looking at it, bro, we got to go ahead and get in. At least
oh
10,000.
No! He's got high pitched voice, man syndrome. No.
And it's like one of these guys who's like, "Look, I'm having a meeting and we're managing stuff and we need to get at least 10,000."
Have a baser voice. Oh well.
He's 10,000.
He's got a woman cooking for him.
And more Saratoga.
Is that water that good for you? I don't think I've ever had it in my life.
What?
Saratoga water?
It's just fucking water, bro. What do you mean is it good for you? It's fucking water.
I know, but I'm saying, like, is it better than, like, why is he drinking so much? It's supposed to have benefits?
Well, I mean, you should drink a lot of water in general, but I don't know why this is like his water. I don't really know. I don't think I've seen Saratoga still and sparkling water. I don't know if I've ever had it. Maybe I should go out and buy some though. Start dunking my fucking face in it. The breakfast looks pretty good though. I'm not a big fan of avocado toast, but looks good. That's the morning routine. This motherfucker had quite a 6 hours.
Yeah.
I guess, like, to me, this man in 6 hours, because he just started work, puts his little fucking suit on and everything to pretend to be on a Zoom call, I guess. But this motherfucker spent 6 hours. Pretty much all he did was work out.
And walk
around.
And
the workout was like fucking 45 minutes or something.
Well,
I guess he did journal. He did his journaling.
Here's this is more like me. Here, let me show this. Whenever you take this, there we go. This is more me right here. This is probably what I'll start doing. Got the banana roll. That's the way to do it, man. It's 2025. I ain't got 6 hours to wait to stare off into the balcony at 5 a.m. I got stuff to do, man. So if I'm going to have a morning routine, that's it. Just push-ups on a treadmill while dunking my face with a banana peel and ice water. That's how it's done. 5 minutes, in, out. That's it.
That guy's going to chip a tooth. Fucking. He's going to miss time one of those. But it is funny, and it's blowing up and getting mocked everywhere.
Everyone's making these videos. That's all I see. I told Ryan before, I was like, all I see is these morning routine timeline videos. Like,
because everyone and people are just going extra with it. Like, I saw somebody fucking putting milk into fucking ice and fucking dunking their face in it and shit. I do, in all seriousness, I think getting into some sort of semblance of a routine is good. This looks pretty fucking extra to me. But like some semblance of a routine to keep like everything going and feeling the right way and making sure you're on. I do think that that's good. And I always feel better when I am in some sort of routine, but holy shit, bro, that this motherfucker spent 6 hours fucking doing nothing basically. But hey, I guess it's working. It looks like he's got a nice life, nice apartment, nice woman cooking him food. And apparently, if you do that, if you get up at 3:52 and spend 6 hours fucking around and doing all these things and filming yourself, you too can have that life.
And Minions will make fun of you. This is the official Minions account. It says Dave has been in the air for 4 minutes. Like, that's how crazy this has gotten. So there you go. The only morning routine that I really love is the American Psycho one. That's the one right there.
It's funny how similar that actually is.
Yeah.
Like if we're being honest, like the American Psycho is very similar to a lot of the like kind of those morning routine influencer guys that are out there, which is very funny.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Man, these motherfuckers got all these like different creams for their face and like all this shit. And look, maybe that's why I look the way I look. I ain't using fucking creams or anything, but holy shit. Can't imagine spending that much money just to put a little bit of fucking lotion on your face.
I love American Psycho. It's a model of my life.
But I
shouldn't have said that out loud, but here we go.
I mean, I feel like some people see a lot of, me and him, but
I agree.
Marco, hail G&G.
Got to return some videotapes.
Thank you, Marco. I do have nice business cards. Alex McCarthy. Enter code RK3PO. Enter code S tier Daily Duo. Thank you, Alex. Actually, you can enter code 199. Or if you want to get a Meta PC and support me, you can use code RK Outpost. If you want to support Jay, you can use code Drunk3PO.
You're feeling spicy.
Or you can use 199 and support Jeremy. It's all based on your perspective, I suppose. But thank you, Alex. Lord Botha, he's like Black Patrick Bateman. When is Capable Gentleman going to put out a video like that, Jay? Get some sponsorship, LOL.
That's pretty funny. I should tell him to do that.
I mean, I could make a video like that. I'd have to. It would take me more time to set up the fucking camera.
Yeah,
to
you have to
film
set
this
up
shit.
like the camera.
Like, obviously, he has that girl who's helping him, like, set up a lot of that stuff. But fuck, man.
700 million impressions. I wonder what the Twitter payout is on that.
I hope it gets community noted so it doesn't get monetized, and it's just a community that says this is officially gay. Hayden Wayne, Saratoga sparkling water is selling out everywhere now, and I just started drinking that with my vodka.
Really?
The thing was, that wasn't sparkling. That was the still that he's using. They do have still and sparkling. So people are buying the wrong shit. They can't even follow the video correctly. Maddening. Cannot recommend ice pod submersion enough for a morning routine. Woo doggy. Great for cool down, great for heart rate and insomnia, etc. Yeah, I know a lot of people that do ice pod or ice pool submersion, stuff like that for recovery or in the mornings. But the face thing, just the face, I don't know. Real ones dunk their faces in tequila. Ryan, have you tried Espolon Blanco tequila? That's my go-to tequila. You know, I'm not a big tequila on its own drinker in terms of just like sipping. Now, if I go out, I'll do fucking shots of tequila. And honestly, I ain't very picky. Fucking Jose Cuervo down the hatch doesn't really matter. But if I see it, I'll try it. I think I've got some. I think all I've got here is Don Julio and
Julio, yeah.
Jose Cuervo. So
you never had the tequila with a big fat worm at the end, or
snake or whatever it is,
scorpion? Some of those things.
I don't think so. Empty-headed. I agree with Josh. Hashtag bring Jay back.
He ain't coming back. He's dead.
Rusty Shackelford for 2 says banana. Return to monkey. Thank you. This guy copied Drake. He did a similar thing. Says titty smacker. Samwise GG, horrible driving skills, horrible diving skills. What the fuck am I watching? Now he went for it, bro. I'll say that for him. He got high. So he did go for it. Titty smacker. Watch the Drake one. I don't know if we got time to watch the Drake one.
Yeah.
Super Vask 3D. My morning routine's pooping to Jay's soothing voice. Ryan, you part of Jay's poop gang.
What? Ryan's not listening to my early morning show, so that would be a no. I'm live every morning.
I'm doing everything that black man is doing during my mornings when Jay's streaming.
I'm live every morning from 8 to 10 on the Welcome to the Rebellion podcast channel with stupid reactions to politicians.
There you go. You could call that the Andor Season 2 podcast now.
Yeah, right.
Too high strung for 199. I tape my mouth shut and women love it. Wonder why. I have seen the mouth taping thing becoming more and more popular recently. I don't really understand what the benefits are. Maybe if it is people that like deal with congestion, I don't know. But I have seen that lately.
Man, these if it gets worse like this, people are gonna cringe when they found out some of us used to drink from a hose.
I mean, when I was a kid, yeah.
I'm just saying, they don't do that anymore.
Andy plays games for 5. I save time by listening to the sermon while working out and putting my Bible into a face bath and meditating while banana peel bathing saves 4 hours. Thanks, Andy plays
exactly
games.
what Jesus would want you to do every morning.
I really want to know what he wrote in that fucking journal. That's what I want. Subway J. I am not Jay. I have relationships with women.
I just found out that Subway J owns a smoke shop where you could go and roll your own cigars. I want to go there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's freaking cool. I don't smoke a lot of cigars, but if I ever do, I usually like Baccarats. You ever had a Baccarat? They put sugar. They put like some sugar cane in their cigars. It's pretty cool.
I don't think I've ever had that. No. It's funny because I have a humidor. I keep it like maintained. I've probably got 20 or 25 cigars in there, and I probably have 4 or 5 a year. Like, it's so stupid for me to even keep my humidor around. But Shadow Lion for 5. Josh, I shouldn't have said that out loud. I think that's the story of your life, Josh.
Maybe.
Rub banana peel on skin equals levitate for a minute or 4 minutes.
Maybe, yeah.
Can Jeremy outgay that guy's morning routine? Never thought I'd see a gay black serial killer. Progression is progression, I guess. Tobias, does no one take showers anymore in the morning to wake up? Why complicate it so much and add so much cost to it? Just doesn't make sense to me. Thanks, Tobias. Personally, I usually, like, whenever I fucking work out during the day is usually like when I shower immediately after that. So if I'm doing a morning workout, I'm probably not going to shower. I'm going to get dressed. I'm going to do all that stuff, brush my teeth, like blah, blah, blah. But I'm probably not going to shower till after I get all fucking sweaty. Dark Knight Rider for 2. Pee-wee's big ADV.
Oh, Pee-wee's Big Adventure has an AM routine. Yeah, that's right. He ate Mr. T cereal. He had a whole morning routine and everything. Brushed his teeth with a giant toothbrush. Everything. He turned on a breakfast machine that made all kinds of stuff.
He's dead now.
But he ate Mr. T cereal in the morning routine.
Jay's South African son. Hey, Dada. Thanks for 49ers Super Bowl winner shirt.
Welcome. How did you get money for that super chat?
Joshua Henderson. He took it from the boar, probably. Joshua Henderson for 199. Cinnamon Brown and the 7 CGI little shits. Greedy Graffiti. Disney should have given Rachel Zegler some mouth tape. I guess those are good segues. I guess those are pretty good segues into this. Let's see here. All right, let me pop this shit up. I don't know if it's a setting on Streamlabs, but for this, when you share your screen, like you have to add it again. And
yeah, you have to add it again. They changed it.
That's not the way it is for mine, though.
Really? Mine just changed that way. Like
it's got to be.
I'm sitting there like, why am I not sharing it? It was freaking annoying.
It's got to be a setting or something. But Snow White did debut this weekend at the box office, and Rachel Zegler's celebrating, baby. She's celebrating because Disney's Snow White is the #1 movie in the world, Jay. Have you heard? Have you heard that Disney Snow White is the #1 movie in the world? And we have celebratory tweets. And of course, you can see the reactions from some people here. What in the Hunter Biden you've been smoking? You have the worst opening in Disney history. At least Disney live action bastardizations. And the media is finally asking the hard-hitting questions, things we've been talking about for a while, Jay. How Snow White landed in potential bomb territory. Is there still a chance for a fairy tale ending? No. Spoiler alert, no, there's not. We talked about this movie opening to $87 million worldwide. Projected to open at 100, which still would have been disastrous for Disney and the worst they've ever seen. But no, came in less than projections at 87.3. Then we got the official numbers, and it came in lower domestically and lower overseas. The final tally is an $86.1 million start for Disney's Snow White. But Rachel Zegler, she keeps posting and doing a lot of PR now to get people's attention, at least for her followers, to go watch this movie. But there's one thing who's noticeably absent, Jay, like you talked about the other day, in all of Rachel Zegler's posts. Rachel Zegler noticeably excludes co-star Gal Gadot from Snow White tributes amid feud rumors.
I'm telling you, she is going to blame Gal when all this is said and done. I mean, coming out and saying it's the #1 movie in the world is like when I came out and said I'm the #1 lawnmower streamer on Twitch, and I held that title for a year. Simply because there was only one other person playing Lawnmower Simulator when I was playing, and I happened to have 100 more people than he did. So technically, yes, I was the #1 lawnmower streamer on Twitch for a year. So I guess I could say the same thing. Maybe I should get a photo of me like pushing a lawnmower and say I'm #1.
Yeah, and obviously it is all about perspective. And when you consider the fact that nothing else is coming out, there's no competition. We just got through one of the worst several week box office stretches we've seen in history. because of how little is actually coming out right now. But Rachel Zegler, she had to post this and say thank you to all of her co-stars. I'm not going to read all of this shit, but it's talking about this movie is life-changing. It takes a whole cast and crew, and everyone was so wonderful. Everyone worked so hard on this movie. Thank you very much. One thing we noticeably don't see throughout any of this, however, is Gal.
Yeah, Gal Gadot is missing in action, but everybody else is.
Where's the Saratoga water? That's my question.
Yeah, that's
out over there. Nice little dog, though. There's some other people, some of the bandits hanging out. Her horse, the horse got an inclusion.
Everybody got, there's a close-up of her chest.
Yes.
I guess.
There's the well.
There's the well, yeah.
There's her makeup artist trying on her dress.
And look at her face. She's like, I'm wondering where his wiener is, maybe.
Jesus. There's at the end, everybody wearing white.
Picture?
There's her mom and dad.
She's like, yeah, they were in the movie for what, 5 minutes? I ain't no evil queen.
And she didn't have a single scene with them, right? That was
yeah, that's right. It was the
young
younger
actress.
Yeah.
There's her taking a nap.
Oh.
Red card, foul. But all of these pictures in strange, shocking, I can't believe no Gal Gadot anywhere.
No.
Like, it's obvious that they have very different political opinions, specifically about what's going on in the Middle East. And you are seeing some people, some actors trying to blame Gal Gadot for this failure on social media. I don't think Rachel Zegler is going to straight come out and say it or like make a post or anything like that. But I think the media is desperately going to do that to try to pretend that this wasn't Rachel Zegler's fault, that she wasn't the primary driving factor behind this complete disaster.
I'm going to disagree and say she's going to say it, but not say her name. That she's going to say it in a shady way. You know, she's going to say, well, there was someone on the project that nobody agreed with and nobody liked working. Like, she's going to say something, and we all know who she's going to be talking about because she just can't help herself. She cannot help herself. That's my prediction. I could be wrong, but I don't think she can help herself. I think she's one of those Hollywood people that they constantly pass the blame. They never can look at themselves in the mirror and say, it's my fault. They love passing the blame on everything. It's the fans' fault. It's the racist fault. It's the Trump supporters' fault. It's this people's fault. It's that person's fault. It's not my fault. Somebody else's fault. That's just what they do. They constantly do that stuff. So I don't see any exception from her, in my opinion.
Yeah, and
we'll find out who's right or wrong. Like, Ryan's usually 99.9, 100% right. Sometimes I sneak in there that 0.001%, but we'll see.
Well, I 1000% think that sometime in the future in an interview gonna be talked about, like, you know, what do we think happened with that? And I think she's just gonna refer to, you know, a bunch of people had problems with what we did in the movie, and people got angry over a bunch of things that got blown out of proportion. That's how I think she's gonna play it off. Not that she said anything wrong, that people spun everything and talk about controversies like the dwarves and shit. I just don't know if she's going to specifically try to do that openly. Now, like, she was posting edits of people removing Gal Gadot from the movie and posting them to her Instagram, little shady things like that. But in terms of like her being like, oh yeah, Gal Gadot, the second star in this film, she's the reason we lost all this money. I don't think she's quite going to do that. But she is retarded, so possibly. You still have Collider doing their best. Snow White's Rotten Tomato score sinks lower despite box office success.
What a spin, man. Oh, what a freaking spin.
Bro, fucking so gay and stupid. Now, this is a bomb. Always was going to be a bomb. Will continue to be a bomb. A nightmare for Disney.
Yeah, it's It's over and done. They're moving on. They're hoping for that Lilo and Stitch recovery money, which will probably happen. So crazy.
It seems like there's a lot of positive energy for that. Yeah.
I think that's going to do massive numbers. I think it'll hit 1 billion easy. I just think it will.
Probably.
I could be wrong.
I've never seen the original one, so
320 on Snow White. Holding on to my prediction. We'll see if it's true. I got a couple weeks. Maybe it'll have a boom.
No, I think after this opening weekend, I think yours is spot on, if not a little too high. Like the international numbers are so fucking bad. We just
what they'll do. Remember what Disney will do once it goes on to streaming? They'll be like, "We made our money back because streaming bought us," even though it's on their own streaming service.
Yeah, that's what they try to do desperately with these end of year fucking reports. But speaking of John V for 125, did you see China weekend box office Snow White? It's 1 million for the whole weekend. It's in one of the China podcast channels. Well, yeah, I talked about that a couple days ago as we were going into the weekend. Snow White debuted like number 5 or 6 on its opening day in China, and it was on track for $1 million to like $1.1 million. The worst opening. Black Little Mermaid performed far better in China than Rachel Zegler's Snow White, right? Didn't do well, did very poorly, but still nothing compared to that. And it's the same thing everywhere. It's the same thing in all over Europe, all over Asia. And yeah, of course, you'll have a headline. The United Arab Emirates say they don't want to watch this because of Gal Gadot. Oh, yeah. I'm sure that is going to play a huge part in their fucking box office success. I'm sure the Kuwaiti box office was just going to make this thing into a success. But yeah, it's Rachel Zegler. Everyone knows it is. Callum Lyle, I hope on FNT. If you're not comic fans, that's fine. Gary talks about why Marvel won't allow Spider-Man and MJ to get married. You mean again?
What is that story? That I haven't heard.
Vanessa, anyone who says this Disney Snow White abomination honors the original one clearly hasn't seen the 1937 one. Rye the guy for 5. Let's be honest. Whenever you see Gal and Rachel standing next to each other, it's like seeing a Mercedes-Benz parked next to a Ford Pinto.
Man, but Gal's...
Hey, look, I'll take a ride on that Ford Pinto. Not going to lie.
Her musical number, I think, was the worst.
It was by far the worst one.
I sat there. I was like, what are they thinking with that? They should have just like cut that. It wouldn't have changed the movie if they cut it out or not. But I was just like, boy, that was.
It was rough. Also one of those that was like half sung, half talk singing.
Yeah.
And I just, the whole thing didn't work. It was like way too quickly paced. You could like not understand anything. And yeah, I thought it was bad. It's horrible. Snacks for 5. Rachel Zegler is free Palace Snow. Watch out for pagers in your apple pie. Oh, man. TGV Monster for $20. I have a comic series on Webtoons called Living Dead Hunters. The 8th issue is out now. It's about 5 people fighting monsters in the living dead in an abandoned town run by a cult that takes place in the Lovecraft mythos.
I know I'm late to the party here, but finding different comic series on Webtoons has been great. So
there you go.
It's been great. So I definitely will check that out. Thank you for letting me know.
Over on the Rumble side, D Smart for $1. People like that guy in the video, I just want to throw out the window. That'd be quite the morning routine. Derek PG Beller for 1. Cold plunges are wildly overrated for health. They have minor temporary benefits some may enjoy, but if someone's fat, losing weight would be infinitely better for their health than ice baths. I'm sure that's true. So that's the key. Anybody who's if you're fat, try not eating instead of ice baths.
It's a concept that's worked for years.
McCock, I dip my face in WD-40. I think if you drink it, it'll make your voice less squeaky.
Ooh,
right?
I don't know.
I feel like that's how WD-40 works.
WD-40 is that like Every man, every real man has a can of that in their house, and they use it for everything. Got a squeak in the door, spray.
I don't use it for everything. I specifically only use WD-40 if there's a fucking hinge that's like squeaking or not quite moving
tape,
right.
You know, we use it for everything.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. I mean, obviously, not using it to help me get my shoes on in the morning. So
I used to I used to when I was a kid. I fucking used to spray WD-40 all over my fucking bike chain.
Yeah.
Because I thought it'd like make me go faster or some shit.
We've all done that, right? I think we have.
Tobias, maybe next time Disney should hire people of German heritage to play parts of a Germanic people from a German fairy tale. Just thought that maybe they should pay attention to where those originate. I saw this headline from the New York Post that says Zegler slams white executives over asking her to prove Latino heritage during West Side Story casting.
Yeah, apparently she said that they were asking like her last name was not Latino enough. So they were trying to have her prove because of her. She doesn't have like a Spanish name, apparently.
Yeah. So her dad is Polish and her mom is Colombian, I believe, which ironically is pretty much the same thing they set up in the movie, right? The dad was white and the mom was like clearly like Latina or something, which I thought was interesting that they included that there, but I suppose it makes sense. Like from their perspective of what they're doing anyway, with that casting. Yeah, that story came out like a week and a half ago, where she did say that when she was getting cast for West Side Story, they were like, "You don't look Latina, and your name's Zegler. Are you actually Latina?" She was like, "It was."
But
so
did anybody ask Al Pacino if he was Cuban before he played Scarface? That's what I want to know. Probably not. It's a freaking awesome movie. Everybody's
seen a long ass time since I watched Scarface.
Oh, it was great, man. It's a great film.
I need to do a rewatch, yeah. Greedy graffiti. Avoid doggy style with that Ford Pinto so you don't have to stare at the back hair. Bro, as long as she shaves in the right places, I'm good. Joshua Henderson for $5. People have criticized the love story of Spidey and MJ. Most people don't like Mary Jane or the portrayals. They argue Gwen Stacy is a better partner than her. Dark Knight Rider for $2. Disney's Muslim cut. No evil queen in Snow White. Yeah, she's just not in it for the one they released in the Muslim countries. Mirror. Yeah, shockingly, most of these Muslim countries aren't providing a big boom to the box office. They reserve their booms for people they view as heretics in their jihad. So I don't think they're going to miss out on those numbers too much.
I'm shocked.
Slick Rick, Ryan just hands out his D to any fish-eyed insufferable thought. Taking the Flair approach. That a boy. Woo!
Flair's probably going to live longer than most of us.
Thank you, nature boy. Vladimir Gorbanov for $1. Would you look at this? Just look at it, Jay.
Okay.
Great con. If it moves and it shouldn't, use duct tape. If it doesn't move and it should, use WD-40. Pretty good explanation right there.
That's it.
That's a pretty good explanation right there.
Are we going to watch the teaser trailer?
For
do we have time?
Oh, yeah. Pull it up.
Where I sent it to you. Let me see. Yeah, here we go. You ever franchise?
Say it again.
Were you ever a fan of Final Destination? Because Final Destination Bloodlines have released their very first teaser trailer. What movie is this again? Number 8?
I saw one that they made a couple years ago. But look, I remember when Final Destination like first came out, and I remember watching it with my friends and stuff like that. So I don't know if I was ever like, oh my God, I love the Final Destination movies, but they were fun enough to watch. And that was a good concept. The idea that like, if you should have missed out on death, it's going to come right back around for you again. Like, I thought it was great. in terms of like the concept. The movies themselves sometimes not so great, but fun.
They filmed some of them at Universal Studios Orlando. It was kind of neat.
This is only 11 seconds long.
No, it's got to be more. Hold on. I pulled up the wrong one.
It's like, what?
I pulled up the wrong one. Sorry. Here it is. Sorry about that. That was just a clip from the film where people were saying new fear is unlocked. People are saying there's a new fear unlocked because of this teaser trailer. All right, ready?
Ready.
Drinks all around. He breaks a glass near ice.
I don't like that.
You don't get to pick the one you get. Just gotta love the one you got.
Yeah. Ryan doesn't want to watch anymore.
No, like that's like I hate the idea of there being fucking glass in my fucking ice that I get at a restaurant or something. I fucking hate that.
I always knew this day would come.
I got it.
I don't think you got it.
I held him off for years.
Charlie, get up here.
He's a relentless
Why
son
is there
of
a
a bitch.
rake under the
Won't stop till he finishes the.
Are you gonna say something?
No, I just laugh. Like I love like the little fucking this hits this hits this,
Yeah.
and like some random
domino
thing.
effect.
Job. Death is coming for our family.
I said, oh, oh, oh,
Oh shit!
Grandma, what's happening to us?
Years ago, I had a premonition that started it all. I saw
Damn.
what death
That's
was about
her?
to do. I saved a lot of lives that night.
Everyone needs to get off the dance floor!
Lives that were never meant to be saved. But death doesn't like it when you mess with his plans. This book, it will show you everything you need to know to keep our family safe.
They
It all
found the
started with
code.
Grandma. Death is coming for us because we were never supposed to exist. What?
Only by embracing death will it pass you by.
Oh, Tony died. What? Rest
maybe
in
that's
peace.
not actually coming for our family. Because that would be crazy.
Good luck.
Oh, rest in peace, man.
Bro, I'll watch that. I'll fucking go out for that opening weekend, man.
See,
They're
I
so-
knew it.
They're so dumb, but they are fun. Like they're
It's like
so
you
ridiculous
laughing at
and
people
ludicrous.
dying. The guy getting chopped up with a lawnmower. Oh,
Yeah, well, yeah, I thought somebody was gonna drink that glass or something or whatever.
yeah.
That's why. Ugh. And he ended up stepping right on that shit. Yeah, dude, I'll watch that. Was it Final Destination 2 that was the big car crash one?
I think it was the second one, the giant log.
The
off
log thing, yeah.
it's like, I think that was the second one.
Was the first one
was
airplane?
an airplane, right? First one
I
was
think
the
first
airplane.
one, if I remember right, I think the first one was the airplane, and the second one was the car crash. Is there one that's like a theme park, like a roller coaster thing?
I think we're getting into like 3 and 4.
Yeah, but hey, fucking make
You
as
know,
many
it's
of them as
all-
you want. They're fucking ridiculous. Yeah,
Tony
third
Todd-
was the
is that
theme park
his,
one.
I wonder
Yeah.
if that's is that his final appearance in movies? Tony Todd passed away.
I
He was
watched
in the
one
Indiana
like
Jones game too. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
they came out with one like a couple years ago. It's not like this is a big revival for the franchise. They came out with one a couple years ago
Right.
that I think think takes place at like they're at not a NASCAR race, but like kind of a lower level fucking car race like that. And there's a huge fucking accident. The accident's wild.
These are the movies that like they hire no-name actors. Well, for the most part, that they can keep the budget low and they just recreate weird things. It's just the formula. As long as like the budget stays low and it makes a little bit of money, they'll keep making them. Kind of like the the old slasher films. They just kept making Friday the 13th over and over. Michael Myers will never die. He'll always be there. Freddy Krueger.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. So I thought this came out like way closer. Maybe I'm just fucking getting old. Final Destination 5 came out in 2011.
Oh, so it has been a while. Okay.
I thought that was like 5 fucking years ago or something. I swear.
I think it's because they're always on TV.
In that one, I think it's that one. Some dude gets stuck on the bottom of a pool and basically gets sucked out by his asshole.
Yeah. That's right. Oh man.
They're fucking wild.
Now I'm never drinking soda with ice in it again. I'm done.
Just use a straw, man.
Whew. You can't drink a straw with your beer. Of course, yeah. If you put ice in your beer, you got problems.
Yeah, what the fuck? Who's putting ice in a beer? At least slap the shit out of them.
I meant to say old-fashioned, but they usually put a giant cube, so you put a giant cube, so you're all good.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right. Where am I? Do you guys see the clip of the alligator and crocodile fighting near the Everglades? I don't know which one was which.
I have not. It happens quite often, though.
Do alligators fight alligators?
Usually the crocodile will always win. They're very aggressive. The crocodiles are worse.
Are they bigger?
Alligators are kind of like scaredy cats, honestly.
Alligators seem like they're built a little more like lazy bums, and crocs look like they're athletic.
Yeah.
That's how I've always looked at it.
I had to run in with a few alligators in my day. They just run away.
Yeah, I know. You were in a whole fucking show about it.
I was in a show too. Yes, right. I forgot that I was in a reality TV show. That's right. Years before YouTube.
We went back over there.
That's it. Freaking Gator Boys.
Gator Boys. Yes, I can see Ryan as American Psycho, not because he looks like the main character, because he's American and he's psycho. I'm not saying I look all that much like Patrick Bateman. I feel like some people think I might act like him. But I don't have that much lotion in the morning, and I don't wear masks. Mikey Gusler. I watched Scarface recently. It holds up. Ryan, just consider a Halloween costume this year as Tony Montana. I feel you'd fit right in. Maxim's Rabids for 5. The only line people ever stand in to see Rachel Zegler is the taco stand where she used to work. Watch out for that Montezuma's curse, people. Not fun. Coragine. Still will not drive behind a truck that has pipes or logs on the back as a final destination. Movies are stupid fun. Also, Jeremy Gay.
It's funny, though, when you see a truck on the highway with logs, that's the first thing that comes to mind is the Final Destination movie. It's kind of like people like having a fear of the ocean because of Jaws after all these years. Freaking great white shark's going to come and eat them. I just figured during knowing my luck, that will happen to me. So I don't really go in the ocean.
You think a shark's going to come get you?
It's freaking, I get stung by a jellyfish with no joke. Somebody would have to pee on me to like make it not hurt. I think, isn't that how it works?
Well, I feel like if you're a man, you're probably going to get stung in the leg or some shit. Like, yeah. I feel like almost anywhere you get stung as a dude, you can find a way to piss on yourself. I don't think you need the degradation of someone else pissing on you if it's really that bad. I also don't know if that actually works or if I just saw it on Friends one time.
Yeah, that's everything I learned was from TV, so that's where I heard it first.
If I was in a situation where I was stung by a jellyfish and I felt like I needed urine to help it, I'd way rather piss on myself than have someone else piss on me. Like, my God, I would rather fucking die of my jellyfish sting or whatever it does to you than have another human being piss on me.
Does that go the same way if like you get bit by a rattlesnake and you need someone to suck out the poison?
No, I think that's a little different. Like depending on where you get bit, fucking, I guess. But I don't know. Like, I feel like now if it was like on my fucking groin, if it was up near my fucking nutsack and my dude friend is there, I'd be like, just let me die, bro. Like, don't do this. But if it's on like the fucking, like, you know, near your ankle, which that's probably where you're gonna get bit by a snake, because on the fucking like lower part of your leg, unless it's some hyper athletic fucking snake and he's jumping at you.
Well, you know, like some people are idiots. They just pick them up and they're like, "Look, man, I'm an Australian. I can play with it." And they get.
I don't fuck with snakes, dude. I stay away.
Bro, every time I cut my grass, these freaking whippet snakes just come out of nowhere and just they take off from like freaking big bush in my front yard.
Hi, Kira, Tony Todd. I'm their opening weekend. R.I.P. Venom. Taker for 2. The gymnast who snaps herself in half. What the fuck? Average welder because of Final Destination 2. I don't drive behind log trucks.
Yep.
Great Con, a series of unfortunate events. Darwin Awards edition. The Trillist for 5. The new Final Destination is like those goofy infomercials with those clumsy actors, but on steroids.
I saw too much of myself in those clumsy actors. I don't watch them.
Jay is McCock. Jay is the best of us.
Oh, thank you. Look at that avatar.
Hayden Wayne for 10. The Final Destination movie has always done a great job making people aware of every little thing that can kill them. We all have log truck trauma after 2.
I think the worst one was when that girl was sticking her hand down the garbage, just like that. Not the worst one, but it was like, you remember that? She was sticking her hand in the garbage disposal sink. And
yes,
you're just like, oh my gosh, like that's also a fear. If I hear something rattling in there.
I have a crazy, it's like I look at the fucking switch. It's like,
yeah, I know. It's like, I want to just throw the whole power to the house off.
Yeah, it's I like there's no one, it's just me, but I'm just looking at that switch like before I fucking put my hand in there. And even when I do, I'm like put like pull it out as fast as I can. I don't like that shit. You know what else I don't like? The Last of Us Part 2.
They had their big premiere yesterday. All your favorites were walking the red carpet, including Dickman or Duckman, whatever his name is.
Neil Druckmann.
Druckmann, yeah.
Well, I mean,
I have never been that invested in him to even remember his name.
Well, look, we knew when they did The Last of Us on HBO, adapted the first game, a first game that was beloved by so many people, that there was probably going to be people that enjoyed that story on HBO as well. Some people did, some people didn't. Got pretty good ratings for HBO. But unfortunately, when it comes to this story, there is a second game that was incredibly divisive and hated by so many fans. So you knew that was only a matter of time before we got to that part of the story. Well, we're almost there. Last of Us Season 2 premieres in a few weeks. And of course, Bella Ramsey was asked before about, hey, are you worried about the backlash from Season 2? She said no. But, you know, Bella Ramsey's been talking a lot lately. Bella Ramsey, the stunning diagnosis that someone who identifies as non-binary and a weirdo diagnosed with autism. I couldn't believe that when we heard it. Who would have guessed that Bella Ramsey may be diagnosed as autistic? But she's been talking about that. She also said, that I got to use the proper pronouns in the headline. Bella Ramsey also came out with a shocking reveal. Bella Ramsey says they were denied roles as a kid due to their appearance. Yeah, no shit. But not this role. Ellie from Last of Us. Bella Ramsey got that role. Don't know why. Don't know how. Don't know why this is happening, but it is. And the further along we go, the more ridiculous it looks. This is Bella Ramsey and Pedro Pascal.
What the freak is that? Why would they do
at the premiere?
Sorry. Oh my God, is that him?
That's Neil Druckmann. We're going to talk about Neil Druckmann, but let's look at them together. Bella Ramsey and Pedro Pascal posed together at the premiere.
Pedro, straight ahead. Pedro, Bella, together.
Guys, right here, guys. Guys, Pedro, Bella, look this way. Pedro.
Bella, Pedro, together.
How weird is this?
She's got autism. What do you expect? And who knows what Pedro's dealing with in his life? Remember, he can't. Remember that tweet that went around about him having to have human touch when he's around people that helps soothe him?
Yeah, well, it seemed like she or they, Freak, is the one that wanted to touch there. This is Bella Ramsey. By the way, this is the actress who plays Dina, who's like Ellie's girlfriend. Bro, I think you can do better, Isabella Merced. I don't like your hairstyle right now. She's a beautiful woman, though. And Bella fucking Ramsey is
that they're a couple?
In the show, they will be.
So she's going to be gay in the show.
She is gay in the game, in the second game at least. Wasn't in the first. Obviously, she was very young in the first. There was a DLC that came out for the first one that revealed that she's interested in women. And then the second one was just a bunch of fucking lesbian shit. But you know what? We get to see Pedro Pascal as Joel go to therapy this season, Jay. Isn't that awesome? A great change they made for the game. They want to show Joel in therapy during the apocalypse.
That was a Craig Mazin idea from previous season. Joel was going to see a therapist inside the Boston quarantine zone. For a bunch of reasons, it didn't work out for that season. And now that Joel and Ellie have settled into Jackson, we really wanted to make Jackson a character, this sense of community. And it felt like, oh, a therapist could be a part of Jackson. It's something actually everyone would need in the apocalypse after the trauma they've experienced. So then we had some ideas for this character. We found a way to tie her into the lore of The Last of Us because she's Eugene's wife, this character that comes from the game. And then we got so lucky by getting Catherine O'Hara to play this role.
Aren't you excited to see your hero that's going to get fucking murdered with a golf club by Abby go to therapy to come to terms with all of his emotions? That's what I love to see from
man.
That's what I love to see from masculine heroes. I love it when they go to fucking therapy.
Bro, what happened to this guy? He looks like he's got AIDS.
He's just gay.
Not a rumor. I mean that's not even a rumor. I just said that's an opinion.
I don't think Neil Druckmann has AIDS. I think he just looks this way.
He just looks worse every time I see him.
But he's stressed out, man.
He looks thin, sickly.
He's gone gray over the past couple years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just he looks really different. I have a feeling like
looks better than her.
I hope Joel doesn't die. I hope he gets beat up, but he like is in like a medical state of like coma for a while.
Look, I think that they're going to
change it.
Look, they are going to reorder put events in completely different orders for this to stretch out all of the time that they had Pedro Pascal as Joel before he dies. They even just said they don't know if they can finish this in 3 seasons. They might be looking to do a 4th. Like, they're going to do everything they can to stretch it out, but ultimately they will kill him. I think they're going to hope that by reordering and giving you more context, it won't be as shocking and you'll have more sympathy for a character like Abby.
Well, he's gonna go to therapy because he's gonna want to die. That's gonna be the whole thing. So he's like, listen, I just have nothing to live for. My girl's gone. You know, everybody I love is gone. I have no reason to live. So it's almost gonna be like when he does die, it's gonna be like, this is exactly what he wanted. We're sending him off because he doesn't want to be in this world anymore, because that's just who he is. That we're going to send him off the right way. He's going to die and people will applaud it. That's what they're going to do. They're going to change it to where it's like, it's going to be like a good thing. Maybe they're going to discover that he's got some kind of weird thing. Maybe he's gonna be like start to churn into a zombie, and it's like it's the right thing to do. Something like that. I'm telling you, man, it's gonna change. It's gonna change. Prediction.
Well, I think they're gonna try to provide a bunch of different context, but like he is still going to die. Like there's some people that they won't kill him off. No, they're going to kill him off at some point. They will. But I think they're going to desperately try to recontextualize it to not have the type of backlash you had from the game. For sure.
There you go.
Never forget, Jay puts ice in beer.
No, I've never done that, but I actually have seen it.
Final Destination always assumes the human body is made of red jello. Also, with the first ones, if you slow down the film scenes, you can see right when the actors change to dummies. Great practicals. Cyberhunk returns for 199. Gators are Labradors and Crocs are pit bulls.
That's a pretty good.
Apex Caliber for 199. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince of Bel-Air.
Now, this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down. Snape edition. Someone should do that. That'll be kind of funny.
Yeah. Wes Spinner Zen, born and raised. Buster Blader for 35. I swear Final Destination franchise has more creativity than Hollywood these days. MJ UK, Mama says alligators are ornery because they got all them teeth and no toothbrush. I don't care about no medulla oblongata.
Guy worked at KFC.
Bro, I cannot tell you how many times I rewound that the scene where the coach throws the fucking ball out the window when he's talking to Bobby in his office and it hits that fucking professor in the head. When I was a kid, I thought that was one of the funniest fucking scenes in the movie.
It's just so random.
It is so random and goofy and stupid. Because it's the way it's used. Oh,
yeah.
Immediately goes down. Don't pee on jellyfish stings, says Sir Hat.
Oh.
Bear Grylls got a Spice Girl to piss on him once.
Which one?
Posh, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Mikey Gustler for 2. BVS turns 9 years old today. March 25th. Thank you, Mikey. Fiesta Cat for 2. Yeah, you have to know snakes before you mess with them. Yeah, I'm good.
Was it like if it's like black and yellow could kill a fellow, yellow and black, you're okay, Jack? Something like that. Some little rhyme. I got it all backwards, so I'll probably die.
I stay away from all of them. I don't like the way they move. They creep me out. Justin, member for a month. Jay, I hope I don't get stung by jellyfish. Someone will have to pee on me. Ryan, you can just pee on yourself. Jay, no, someone else will pee on me.
I never said that. That's misinformation.
Chibi Awachan. These movies make you be more careful. Maybe. Jay had a woman take care of his bush. What about your snake?
No, they're still there.
Angst
quick
Kitten
as ever. Sorry.
Angst Kitten for 5. FYI, do not pee on a jellyfish sting. Urine will not neutralize the venom. Instead, rinse with salt water and maybe add vinegar.
Salt water and vinegar. I did hear that too.
I mean,
where
if
did
you're
that
getting
pee
stung
thing
by
come from? Obviously, it's a thing because
look, if you're getting stung by a jellyfish, you're already in fucking salt water.
Yeah, that's true.
Zekrom fan. Nobody's ready for Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. I hate Mario Golf.
Those Man of War jellyfish can kill you, though, right? Is that what they're called?
I mean, there's a couple that can, I know. I don't think... I imagine that fucking 95% of the jellyfish that'll sting you, it's like, that hurts. Yeah, it's about it. SBZ, is this the gayest Last of Us ever? And I think we're all caught up, Jay. Yeah, the box jellyfish. I've heard of the box jellyfish.
Oh, box. Okay. Yeah, I'll just stay out of the ocean. It wasn't meant for us to be there. I like boats. I'll be on boats like fishing and stuff, but that's.
I'm just not going to get stung or eaten. So I stay away from them. I watch my space. Fucking no shark, no jellyfish. Okay. Okay to play. What do you got going on, Jay?
Immediately after this, I'm going to dunk my head in a large bowl of ice Saratoga water with banana peels. That's about it. Well, and then I think I might be making a park hopping video with Krista. Today's her birthday, so she wanted to go out to the parks. So happy birthday, Krista.
Jay's afternoon routine.
Yeah. I'm going to see how it works. See if I start to look younger.
Good luck. For anyone curious why Last of Us 2 saw such a drop in quality from the first games, one of the writers worked on Westworld, which also fell off a cliff.
And I heard, I used to hear people love Westworld until it got,
I heard people really liked season 1.
Yeah, and then it just got worse.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Everybody's wishing Krista a happy birthday in the chat.
Even though she's not here.
Yeah, she's not here. She can't hear you, but I'm sure
I'll let her know. I'll send her the well wishes.
Yeah, send her all the well. Everybody tag Jay with your happy birthday, Krista messages on Twitter so that he can make sure to tell her all the people that have wished her a happy birthday.
Oh.
Greedy Graffiti for 5. Hey, Jay, didn't you say you had animated projects in the works? Any updates? I'm looking for an indie animator.
Yes. It's very slow and expensive. So I'm hoping at least we'll have a teaser trailer out by this year, but it might not happen. But we are definitely working on Achromatic Chronicles Blue, so to make it an animated movie, and we'll see. It's expensive, man. Animation is not cheap.
Chris Caran for 2. Charter boat fishing, yes or no?
Oh, I've done that many times.
I've never done it, and I've never really had any desire to. I
It's
like
cool when
fishing.
you have like 10 of your friends and you all go. It's like, that's kind of neat.
Yeah, my idea of fishing is sitting there on a fucking little boat in a lake for a couple hours.
Man.
Yeah, freshwater for a couple hours and complaining about the fish not biting or blaming it on the fucking lure or blaming it on the temperature of the water or blaming it on a boat that just went by or we're in the wrong place. And, that's
for some reason, like bad day fishing or golfing or anything, as long as you have some nice beer, like it just makes everything better.
Yeah,
it really does.
Jeff K, happy birthday, Krista. We share one. Happy birthday to you, Jeff.
Oh, look what I've started.
Happy birthday to you. All right, that's it, everybody. Have a good day. We will not see you tomorrow. That'll be a different group of people, not us. But again, shout out Meta PCs, and we will talk to you Thursday, maybe Friday. You don't know when we'll be back. Bye, everyone.